प्रेशर कुकर वाले, गैस वाले, मिक्सी वाले, प्रेशर कुकर ठीक करो, गैस चूल्हा ठीक करो, मिक्सी ठीक करो, चैन ठीक करो, गैस चूल्हा ठीक करो, प्रेशर कुकर ठीक करो, मिक्सी ठीक करो, चैन ठीक करो, चाकू धार
Out on
वाले,
their
चैन
daily
वाले।
rounds, peddlers like Muhammad Ishaq were once a common sight on the streets of Indian cities. Fixing and repairing old household appliances, they were integral to keeping things running smoothly in utilitarian households.
चाकूदार वाले, चैन वाले। हम गैस चूल्हे रिपेयर करते हैं, प्रेशर कुकर रिपेयर करते हैं और मिक्सी के जार वगैरह रिपेयर करते हैं। और ये चैन है जैकेट का, पैंट का, जींस का, ये सब हम लगाते हैं।
From reusing family heirlooms of clothing, or any clothing for that matter, to repairing mobile phones, computers, TV sets, or any gadgets, Indians have always been in the habit of repurposing their material possessions as far as possible. Until about 20 years ago, a network of cobblers, tailors, and mechanics formed the backbone of a robust repair economy in our country.
प्रेशर कुकर ठीक करो, गैस चूल्हा ठीक करो, मिक्सी ठीक करो, चैन ठीक करो, चैन वाले, चाकूदार वाले।
However, with a growing consumerist culture, often thought to be the influence of Western trends like fast food and fast fashion, this natural disposition to repurpose old items is now getting replaced by habits of use and throw, thereby leading to a growing pile of waste.
But the volumes continue to go rise because year on year we're adding on new kinds of waste. I think the waste composition also is shifting. There are new materials coming into waste stream. Then you also added with more of batteries, more of CFLites, more of, and we don't have a separate management system. So there has been a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus on trying to enforce or implement or encourage people on source segregation. That if you can do source segregation, your half the battle is won. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to achieve this.
It is estimated that India generates over 150,000 tons of municipal solid waste every day, which is likely to go up to 377,000 tons by 2025. Mumbai is the fifth most wasteful city in the world today, generating about 6,500 metric tons of garbage daily. The negligible proportions of waste segregation at source are only making matters worse. Moreover, the municipalities spend the majority of their funds on collection and transportation, with very little left for managing and processing the waste. Recognizing the need to go beyond individual capacity and state responsibility, a few private organizations are showing the way for going zero waste. The idea is to not just achieve segregation at source, but also eventually learn to significantly reduce waste generation at the level of businesses and large-scale events. At this film set in Mumbai, where filming began 2 months back, the waste generated is substantial, owing mainly to the number of people on set and the amount of activities involved, including 3 meals a day. But all this waste is being managed by a company called Scrap, a first for this film crew.
So basically we have a core crew of around 150 that we have on set every day, and there's a floating crew of around 200 to 250. At first people didn't really bother, but these guys have made sure that people get to know. Now even if the people don't understand the process, they at least know that we have 2 bins and the waste needs to be segregated. And also we get to know what exactly is the waste that is generated, because usually if there's some waste, we don't really go and look at it. We just call the trucks and they take it around. So these guys let us know ki itna hai, this is the segregation, yeah, the numbers, and we've saved around, I guess, 9 tons. Yeah.
Intently aware of the problem of waste generation on film sets, as well as offices and commercial units, Divya Ravichandran started Scrap in 2017, an end-to-end waste management solution company that helps reduce the impact of waste at commercial outfits.
We're at a Yash Raj film shoot, This is being shot in Mumbai for a period of 4 months. A typical shoot like this would generate anywhere between 15,000 to 30,000 kilos of waste. On an average, we've seen a shoot generates about 8 to 10,000 kilos every single month.
Divya personally follows a zero waste lifestyle, she tells us, contributing less than 100 grams of waste in a year to landfills. On its very first project, Scrap successfully managed over 7 tons of trash at the Weekender NH7 Music Festival event, saving more than 80% of it from going to a landfill.
2016, a massive fire broke out in Mumbai's Leonard dumping ground. The fire raged on for over a week. For the first time, I looked inside my bin and asked myself, where does this trash really go? What is a dumping ground and why is it on fire?
So this is the paper cups, what being used on set. This is well segregated, all the recyclable waste. Then we come here with the aluminum foils. This is plastic bags, but these are so there are 2-3 categories in plastics. This is all color plastics. This is all metal and aluminum tin. This is white plastic, which are high in plastics category. This is tissue paper, which are first dried and then segregated. And again, the last thing is plastic bottles. This is all plastic bottles without the caps.
A full-fledged operation of waste reduction at an event usually involves more than just segregation. Like in the case of the movie Chandigarh Kare Aashiki, one of the first zero-waste films in the country. Its operations included making people aware of the waste they were producing, training the staff, waste audits, as well as avoiding the use of plastics and replacing it with more sustainable materials.
We had a small crew that overlooked all the waste that we generated and segregated it, and whether it was wet garbage, dry garbage, plastic, not plastic, and all of it was recycled. So by the end of it, we didn't really harm the planet.
It's not local threat about single-use plastic. And when you look at a lot of single-use plastic is replaceable. They are not unessential. They are only because we haven't applied ourselves very effectively, and that is why we continue to use it.
Another crucial aspect of Scrap's waste management methods involves food donations. With 3 meals a day, the leftover food on these sets can be considerable. Scrap ties up with partner NGOs for distribution of all surplus edible food.
आता है कि हम सिस्टम से बांट देते हैं। जैसे एग्जांपल है, 300 फैमिली है, ये पूरे एरिया में 300 फैमिली है और 200 बच्चे हैं, तो हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं कि सब चीज़ें सब बच्चों तक जाए। मतलब मोस्टली 30-40 बच्चे ले जाते खाना।
Scrap, however, is still a one-of-a-kind organization with space of waste management, a concept that will take time to gain substantial purchase with big commercial ventures. But what will hopefully serve as a game changer is creating a mindset for waste reduction. Working in this direction is a zero-waste lifestyle store, Adrish. With over 18 stores all over India, it is quickly gaining popularity among its patrons owing to its organic products and the principle of zero waste.
I was always very much a organic user, and when I got to know that there's a zero waste store where there's no use of plastic and packaging in getting your regular supply, so I was all the more intrigued. And then so from last year I've started coming to Adrish, and I'm regularly taking my kitchen staples from here only.
Started in 2018, the first store of Adrish in Pune was brought about simply to negate the use of plastic. The 2 entrepreneurs who started it, Akshay Agarwal and Gajendra Chaudhary, were already running the organic store Satvik.
So not just about organic food supply, but this was all happening. They only wanted to move it to next level to reduce all the waste that the company is producing. So that is how the concept came कि zero waste होना है. We use these containers. We are trying to sell loose. We are trying to avoid packaging in any form. The way it comes to us, those are like cotton cloth bags, which are we recycle them, we send them, we collect them, we send it back to our team, and it comes back to us in the same way. Almost you can say I think 150 tons of waste has been diverted since now in 3-4 years that we have started our operations.
The store is organic all the way, from the way their products are grown to the way they are stored using zero chemicals and pesticides, enhancing the nutritional value of the foods, which is a big draw for its customers.
Over here, you need not buy everything that is a kg or half a kg or 250 grams. There is no set quantity. You have to buy whatever is your requirement. You need a particular masala, sambar masala for example, almost 25 grams. So you can bring your own container and fill in that much required quantity. Everybody should be able to buy the way our grandparents would buy groceries. They should come with their own containers.
At a time when single-use plastic has come under the scanner with a ban in place for it by July 1st, 2022, it is not too early to say that adopting practices of zero waste, repair and reuse will be the obvious solutions going forward.